There's this idea of what connects all these stories together, right? And I think one thing that I would say is the idea of interest. And this is an article up from the 11 Demands Substack. It's called Two Sets of Interests. In this article, it kind of takes this maybe somewhat infamous feudalism then and now graphic and puts billionaires at the top. And so the idea is that there are two sets of interests. There's those of the top 0.1% and those of the 99%. The top 0.1% is determined to increase its wealth and power more and more, regardless of the costs that fall on everyone else. They use their enormous resources to corrupt the government and the economic system to work in their favor. They will literally kill us all for the sake of a more profitable quarter. The interests, however, of the 99% of us are vastly different. They are things like equality, justice for all, sustainability, transparency, peace. Recognizing how these interests are at odds with how the billionaire class, at odds with those billionaire class interests, is key to understanding how the world really operates. The controversy around the Epstein files is a good example. The billionaire class and their servants in government are deeply implicated in the crimes that occurred, so it is in their interest to keep it all under wraps. It doesn't matter whether they are affiliated with a Democratic or Republican party. They serve the same interests, and it's not the interest of the 99%. In that updated feudalism then and now graphic, it's the billionaires on top, the elected officials in the middle, and everyone else, the 99% at the bottom, getting crushed. Now, the thing that I always like to come back to with all this is, what do we do about it? And as with all things in politics, MCDS brings clarity. MCDS, money, corruption, demands, and solutions. It's the billionaires with too much money to spend are the reason Epstein's business existed. C, it was allowed to happen and stay hidden because our government is deeply corrupt. And D, it's crucial that we have a clear demand. Fix the big money in politics and government. And this is really the crucial part. I would say really nothing really gets better until we do this. And as the solution, that demand, leads to the solutions. And if you look at 11 Demands and 11demands.org, you can see, very clearly and concisely that list of demands and how it leads into solutions. And that one at the top, fix the big money. Educating millions of people about the real causes of the deep systemic corruption is the crucial first step. Step 2 is to have a clear, concise set of demands and organize those millions of people to push and settle for nothing less. And it's up to all of us to make that happen. We all have a role to play. If you want to check out what's happening at 11 Demands, you can look at 11 Demands Collective, which is about learning about these things, being clear on these things, and being clear about MCDS. So I encourage everyone to use MCDS in their conversations. Here we are. Money, corruption, demand, solutions. So always remember it's two sets of interests. And this is, whether we're looking at a Zoran Mamdani or someone on the right or anywhere, it's a question of, who are they representing? Are they really representing us? Or when push comes to shove, are they going to represent the billionaires? And I think that kind of framing brings us clarity.